Couple things real quick. First of all, that's me. All right, we're going to spend the next 40 minutes or so talking about leadership and creating a safe environment. So let's get off to the races here. One of the things that the state of Ohio is doing more and more and more is different grant programs that if you're interested in having training, if you're interested in having substance abuse updated, your policies updated, all kinds of services from the state of Ohio, give me a call, shoot me an email, and I'll tell you all about them. It is absolutely, how many people like the idea of free? Oh, free, there you go. How many people think free is too expensive? I am not kidding. I've been in human resources for 43 years. I've been practicing law for 30. I like to fashion myself as an HR consultant who knows the law really, really, really well. And I will tell you, just ask you a good question. Do your supervisors know how to create a safe environment? Or are they emotional children like they were at NASA? Okay, and we're going to talk all about NASA today. I'll tell you, there's a lot of stuff that we can do in our organizations to help to create them safe, to help make them so people actually want to work for you. And I can't stress this enough. The state of Ohio is really at the forefront of this stuff, that there is easy grant money for clients to have this all 100% reimbursed, up to about $5,000. So I tell you, again, I've never seen anything like this. Yeah, I'm getting a good head nod from the BWC person. Yeah, this is a great program, isn't it? Why are we here? Who sees a problem? Now, I don't know if this guy's on drugs. In a few minutes, he's going to be on drugs. I will tell you, I don't think there's enough Vicodin to take care of that. How many people could stop this right now? Could stop an accident? Okay, why don't we? First of all, why is this a training issue? Okay, yeah, you really can't fix stupid, but you can at least make stupid people understand, oh yeah, when it comes to a circular saw and my tailbone, who's going to win? Oh, who's ever seen bad workplace accidents? Who's seen bad workplace accidents that are like, oh my God, that should have never happened? I mean, as safety people, we believe every accident can be prevented. Is it safe for your people to speak up? I hope so, because it was not at NASA, and the stats are overwhelming. So let's look at what we mean here. What does it mean to have a safe culture? And everybody says, right away, we start thinking, okay, my fingers and toes. All right, how many people agree? Everyone should be able to go to work every day in an environment that is safe. Now, what do I mean by that? First of all, is it good to go home alive? Yeah, absolutely. Is it safe from germs? Boy, that moved right up there since COVID, didn't it? Okay, who sees people still wearing masks and wearing rubber gloves? Yeah, okay, more power to you. All right. Oh, is it safe from germs? How many people remember growing up, like in the time I grew up, unless you're dead, you go to work. I don't care if your nose is running all over your face, okay? I don't care if you're sneezing. You get your butt to work. Who remembers that? Oh, yeah. Unless you're dead. Okay, what do we say now? Stay home. You're a walking cootie farm. Get away from me. Don't come near to me. I know you've either got SARS or COVID, so just go away. All right? And I always love this. It's like, well, it's just the flu. Who's ever had the flu? You'd have to get better to die, right? I mean, it is awful. And really, let's talk to the guys. How many guys remember the days when you would go in the bathroom, you go to wash your hands, there's no soap, there's no paper towels. So the best you can do is just get your hands wet and then just, do this or on the wall or something as you're going out. Is there soap and paper towels now? New world, isn't it? Safe from germs. Oh, here's a good one. Is it safe to be different? Ooh, really try this one on. Is it safe to be black? Is it safe to be female? Oh, let me give you a good one. You know, 89% of all females in this country have either witnessed sexual harassment or been the victims of it. Well, sure, it's safe for our females. Really? Let's ask the females. Is it safe for females to go to work these days? Safer, maybe. But that stat I just gave you is fairly recent. Oh, let's see how safe your environment is. Bob works for you on Friday. Bob's worked for you for years. Bob's a good worker. 10 years Bob's been with you. Over the weekend, Bob transitions. Bob discovers that Bob is really a woman. So guess what? Bob is now Betty. And Betty comes to work on Monday. Betty is wearing a dress, completely shaven, wearing a wig, nice press-on nails or whatever those are these days, jewelry. Everybody got the picture? Is someone in your organization going to pick on Betty? Then you do not have a safe environment. Oh, and you all do realize this is 2025, right? Soon to be 2026. You do realize that is illegal. That is illegal. There is no difference between picking on someone who is transgender and someone who's black and someone who's white. Now, here's a fun one. How many people, you and your employees, work in Ohio? Ohio. Everybody heard of ELUA? Employment Law Uniformity Act, Ohio, been in place for a few years. You go pick on Betty. You know what Betty can do? Betty can sue the organization for harassment, and she can sue you personally. Did you aid and abet? Oh, I'm not kidding. Who can Betty sue? Betty can sue the person who's picking on her. And what's aiding and abetting? You. When you found out about it, did you put an end to it? Or did you enable the situation? Did you cover it up? Did you protect your friend who is the harasser? Guess what? You run into a good plaintiff's attorney, they'll take your house. So you got a choice. You can either deal with the illegal things that happen, which I think, how many people think you shouldn't break the law? Okay, does the law need your approval? I mean, could you say, well, I don't believe in that law, so I'm not going to follow it. How many people want to try that defense? Add another 0. I'm not kidding, man. Within 50 miles of where we are right now, I am telling you right now, we got court cases where city officials and private managers have lost most everything. Because it's not just the award. Who in here could shell out $50,000, $70,000, $80,000 in attorney's fees? Oh, I'm not here to hurt you. I'm here to help you. You better have a safe environment or you could lose it. You and your people. Now here's a good one. This is what we're going to focus on here today. Is it safe to disagree with other people? Is it safe to disagree? Is it safe to disagree? Is it safe to disagree with your boss? Is it safe to disagree in your organization? Okay, here's what we're going to do. We are going to bring in breakfast. I mean, scrambled eggs, bacon. I mean, the real bacon that kills you. I mean, the good stuff, okay? And we're going to have sausages. We're going to have everything you want. And we have good, intelligent people here. We're going to have a good, intelligent conversation. You have a right to your opinion. And we're going to sit around and we're going to talk about what kind of job we think President Trump is doing. That's right. That's conflict, isn't it? Conflict is good. Is someone going to get a fork in the head? I love this. Is it safe in your organization? Oh, yes, it is. The hell it is, okay? Because and how many people have ever worked someplace where they've said, well, we don't talk about politics and religion. We don't allow that. You ever work there? Okay, first of all, who's got one of these? I don't think they let you live in America. If you got 2 of them, that's really good. Okay, yeah. I'll tell you, how do you keep it out of the workplace? And think about this. This is ridiculous. You mean to tell me that you're filled with so many emotional children that you're not entitled to have your opinion? And what's the answer? Yeah, that's right. That's right. Because today's society, you disagree with me, what do? We smack you. We smack them. And then what do? Well, they smacked you, so smack them back and smack them harder, right? And up and up and up and up it goes. Now think about it. Your opinion on President Trump, your opinion on Kamala Harris, your opinion on immigration, your opinion, none of that is going to affect your life this very instant. It might affect your life, but it's not this instant. If you don't have a safe environment where it's okay to have your own beliefs, where it's okay to disagree about highly emotional things like politics and religion, how could you ever talk to someone about their job? You can't. I've just described to you why we have 38,000 physical assaults that occur in the American workplaces every week. That's 2 million. That's a lot of stitches. You live and work in the most dangerous workplaces of any civilized country on the planet. You are more likely to get a bullet or a coffee cup upside the head because we have such safe environments. Horse hockey, okay? I'll tell you, you are entitled to your beliefs. And this is what's going to be in the video that I'm sending you. You are entitled to love Trump. You're entitled to hate Trump. You're entitled to have an opinion on immigration and everything. You're not entitled to your behaviors. You believe what you want to believe. And quite frankly, if you don't let people believe what they want to believe, you can't work here. We are not petty emotional children. People disagree. That's okay. You're entitled to your beliefs. You are not entitled to your behaviors. You are not entitled to smack somebody in the head or tell them how stupid you think they are, because that's going to give us workplace violence. Is everybody with me? We all got a lot of work to do. You know why? Because you live in the 21st century and you live in America. Okay? We got to grow up. Now, where are we going? Is it safe? Is it safe? And what does that mean? Is there trust? And we do more to destroy trust every day than to build it. Now, here's my diagnostic diamond. If you ever have a problem in any relationship, personal or professional, and something goes wrong, one of those 3 bases was violated, and it was probably first base. All right? And I love to use Pete Rose as the example of emotional intelligence on first base. Now, first of all, no baseball player in the history of Major League Baseball, and understand the hundreds of thousands of baseball players that we've had, no one since 1869 ever hit their way onto base more than Pete. Ever. Worked like a dog. All the talent in the world. Oh my gosh, developed talent. Not natural, developed talent. Why isn't he in the Hall of Fame? He lied about gambling. You win 2 pins. There you go. That was really great. Yeah. He lied about gambling. And he did gamble. And there's other things he did too. He's an emotional child. He was an emotional child. Now you kind of see the greatest talent ever for getting himself onto first base was an emotional child. How many times do we have someone in the organization who is just such a great performer? Boy, this guy or gal is really good, and you are so good of a technician, how would you like to be a supervisor? We don't train the person. We didn't tell the person, hey, you got a whole new career change. You've been playing basketball, Michael Jordan. You're a great basketball player. Hey, how would you like to try baseball? I'd bet you'd be really good at that. Not so much. Not as much as you would think. Okay? Are your supervisors ready to be supervisors? No. No. And I will tell you right now, that right there is the secret to becoming a successful employment attorney. Because you got these people out there. You got people. You got to be able to get to first base. And what's that mean? Can you control your ego? And can you control your emotions? Can you control your ego? And if you can do that, which is the hardest thing you'll ever do, and our greatest heroes, like Pete Rose, fail 7 out of 10 times. You don't even get to second base to address and resolve the conflict, which is EPR, empathic listening, parroting, and rewards. Okay, so think of that ego. Think of that ego. Is it safe to speak up? If I can control my ego and emotions, I can then address and resolve the conflict, empathic listening, parroting, and rewards. And I can prove to you that it's safe to disagree. It's safe to disagree with me. Doesn't that build trust? It shows it's safe to disagree. Now, let me give you one of the best examples of screwing this all up ever. NASA. NASA. Are they smart at NASA? Yeah, they're very smart. Absolutely. Actually, you've got more geniuses packed under one organization per capita than any other organization in the world. Doesn't mean they're not emotional children. This is why you see really, really, really smart people do incredibly stupid things. And what did your grandma say? You got too big for your britches. That's what emotional intelligence is. So, let's look and see what went wrong. Oh, look how happy they are. We've only blown up 2 space shuttles. Well, that's pretty good since we've launched hundreds. Well, that's pretty good. I don't think that's very good. So, what's happening? Challenger. Now, there's a problem with Challenger. And NASA is under budget constraints. So, you've got these rocket boosters. See, there's the space shuttle, and then there's the rocket booster. You gotta boost yourself out of the Earth's atmosphere, as everybody knows. We got gravity, we got, our atmosphere that is dense. And so you've got these containers that are all filled with highly flammable rocket fuel. See those little rings in between? Those are the O-rings, just like the gaskets on your car. If the gaskets in your car go bad, they're going to leak gasoline. Okay, so what might probably happen if the gaskets on your car are bad and gasoline is spewing all over your engine and you start to start it? What do you think might happen? Boom, there you go. That's worth a pin right there. Okay, so that's an O-ring. Now, we're not talking going down to auto parts store and picking up an O-ring for the space shuttle. We're talking a couple $100 million for each O-ring. And the O-rings are bad. All right, so what's that mean? It means they're getting old and the rubber is getting brittle. And so all you NASA engineers, you're all engineers now, and you say, look, if we launch Challenger in less than 56-degree temperature, the rubber is going to lose its pliability. It's not going to keep the rocket fuel in. The rocket fuel is going to spill out all over the rocket boosters, and you got about a 95% chance of blowing up. You really shouldn't take off in a space shuttle that's covered in rocket fuel. Okay, is that a good thing to tell NASA? Okay, so you're a top NASA engineer, full of brains. How many people are going to sign their name to the letter to let NASA know? Who's going to sign your name? Okay, very good. Hold them high so I can see, so I know where to aim. Okay, boom. Corporate, boom, 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 boom. Corporate capital, you all win pins because you've all been corporate capital employment right now. You've lost your job. They fired all of the engineers who signed their name to that letter. You know why? I don't want to hear that. That's not that can-do attitude that we're looking for. Can do what? Can do blow up? So all of those, half the engineers are fired. Roger Bourgeois, he was an engineer with Morton Thiokol. The night before they launched Challenger, they are screaming and yelling at Bourgeois, and he's yelling back. He says, if you launch Challenger tomorrow, it's murder. It will explode. You know what they told him? Take off your engineering hat and put on your management hat. Do you know what it's going to cost to replace those O-rings? We've got a schedule. Oh, does any of this sound familiar? Like with carpal tunnel, ergonomic equipment, training. Do you know how much it's going to cost? Do you know how much your workers' comp claims are going to cost? Okay. Oh. And of course, what happened? That's the next morning. Does anybody see a problem? Oh, it's way below 56 degrees. Icicles are literally hanging off of the space shuttle. What do you think? Have we lost our mind? Have we? Yeah. Intellectually, you're brilliant. Emotional children. Let me ask you, what if they were your kids on that space shuttle? How much money is enough money to make it safe? Oh, there you go. Boy, that puts it in perspective, doesn't it? All right, so the next morning, Challenger, picture perfect launch, beautiful, took off until it wasn't. What happened? Okay, so how many people here know exactly what happened? Rocket fuel leaked out all over the space shuttle, literally a minute into it, and it just explodes. Somebody should have gone to jail. If we did that with an automobile and sold it and let somebody drive it, that would be at least negligence. At least criminal negligence. Okay, that's them. Yes, a space shuttle blew up. Space shuttles are replaceable. Can we just replace these 7 astronauts? Oh. Now I want you to apply this. What happens when somebody in your organization speaks up about a safety issue? Are they being a pain? Would we let somebody die to save money? If you wanted to, I could talk about Boeing all morning. Somebody at Boeing should go to jail. And there's a whole reason the doors are flying off. It's criminal negligence. There's a reason that the DCM navigating system crashed and killed people. That is Boeing. They don't care. Got to save money. And you know what the calculations are with Ford? Everybody remember the Escort blowing up? Everybody remember the Pacer blowing up? You know, there was a memo coming out of Ford that got them in big trouble because they said, you know, it's actually cheaper to go ahead and pay off the families of the people we kill than it is to fix it. Is it safe to go to work? Is it safe for your fingers and toes? Is it safe to disagree? And I'll tell you right now, in the vast majority of workplaces, no, it isn't. No, it isn't. And if you think it is, let me just introduce you to Betty. I will introduce all your employees to Betty. I'll bet you're going to have a harassment claim by noon. Now you got something fun to deal with. Okay, what do you think? Have we learned our lesson? Really? I mean, after Challenger, did NASA learn its lesson? What are its goals really? No, it didn't learn its lesson. No. Get production going. Oh, you fired these engineers, top engineers. We'll hire more engineers. Is it safe? What's the culture at NASA now after Challenger? Is it safe to speak up? Yes. Okay, what happened to your buddies who were the engineers with Challenger? Wouldn't you think that you have learned your lesson? I would think if you're a commonsensical person. Oh no, not at all. It is not safe to speak up at NASA because you just saw what happened to all your buddies. So enter Columbia. Columbia is getting ready to take off. Okay, Columbia, picture perfect, takeoff January 16th, 2003. And this is what they got on video. See that little explosion right there? That little white puff? And see how it's spread out there a little bit? You're an engineer, and you really know your stuff. I mean, you're an engineer at NASA. Is your mom proud? Is your mom and dad telling everybody, my son or daughter is an engineer at NASA? Okay? Your parents are proud even if you're the janitor at NASA. Okay? What they're thinking as you're looking at this, and it's like, uh-oh, that looks to me, as an experienced engineer, that a piece of the heat shield, a heat shield is a rock, okay? And you don't want the space shuttle, when it's coming back into the atmosphere, to burn up, because the heat on the outside of the space shuttle is over 8,000 degrees. Humans don't do well at 8,000 degrees, all right? So you got this big heat shield. Uh-oh. It looks like a piece of heat shield, a rock has broken, and that rock, that little explosion there, that looks to me like it hit the wing and put a hole in it. Uh-oh. Because when you're coming back in, if we're right, when Columbia comes back into the Earth's atmosphere, that 8,000 so degrees is going to go into that hole. It's going to move up the fuselage. It's going to cook all 7 astronauts alive. And then it's going to blow up. What's the certainty of that? If there's a hole, what's the certainty? 100%. Not 95% like with Challenger, 100%. So, okay, freeze right here. Here's the first test. Should you go to your boss and show him what you saw? How many people are going to do that? Are you nervous doing that now? Oh, yeah, because you know if that is what's happened, what you got to do. You got to send up another space shuttle. You got to scuttle the multi-billion-dollar space shuttle, push it out so that it heads towards Mars and bring the astronauts back. So you go to your boss, who's an emotional child. He says, yes, I've got the videotape here. That's what we had back then. We had VHS tape. So they took the tape. He says, I'm going to show this to top experts. You're NASA engineers. I thought you were the top experts. And if you're not the top experts, maybe we should go get the people he's going to go that are calling top experts and get rid of you. So he goes off, he shows them to somebody, and he comes back and he says, well, I've showed it to top people. And we don't think it's anything to be worried about. Don't worry about it. Are you still worried? Because here's what you're saying. They're going to be out there on a spacewalk anyway. They're going to be going out there outside. Let's just have them go over and just look at the wing. They got to look at the left wing. And we've got cameras. How many people have cameras? You got a camera like right here. Okay? On the space shuttle, they have $30,000, $40,000 Hagenblas cameras. The best in the world. Why don't you grab your camera, get a picture, and then we will see. You're going to be out there anyway. He said, no, we don't think that that's worth the time. There's nothing to it. And here's the kicker. Anyone goes over my head, you're fired. This is the final decision. Because there's a couple of layers above this guy. Okay, how many NASA engineers do you think went over their boss's head and complained? 0. Would you let someone die to save your job? Oh, and if I was talking to these people, what I would say is, hey, here's what you got to do. Okay, you got to put it in writing because there are whistleblower laws out there. Okay, so you put it in writing, you send it to them, then you blow the whistle, and you got protection. Nobody said a word. Why didn't they speak up? They were scared because they saw what happened. You see how Challenger and Columbia are related. Okay, I'll tell you, how many people feel this way on any given day? I'm trying to see things from your point of view, but I'm just not as bendy as I used to be. Okay, so Columbia's coming back. Nobody did anything. Columbia's coming back. Gee, Frank, we're getting some extra smoke on Columbia. I don't know if that's good or not. You're already committed. You're in the Earth's atmosphere. And that was literally seconds later. Here comes Admiral Gaiman. He was appointed by President Bush, the Columbia Accident Investigation Board, or CAB. So he put on this massive, really upstanding guy, okay? Took weeks, months, and went through this. Look, that is what's left of Columbia. Think anybody could have survived? Oh, and understand the science of it. It didn't just blow up, which would have been merciful. If there was a hole in the wing, then what happened was the heat went into the wing, up the fuselage, cooked the astronauts like marshmallows. All of that could have been prevented. Money. It was too much money to scuttle a spaceship. So let's see what really happened. What did they discover? Holy crap, look at here. All right, what do we got here? We got about a 10, 12-inch gaping hole in the wing. You were right. You were right. A piece of the heat shield broke off, hit the left wing, and it was about the size of a briefcase. Little piece of a briefcase hit the wing and killed everybody. All right, freeze right there. How many people think there's some NASA officials who should have gone to jail? I am with you 100%. Okay. But might makes right. Right doesn't make right. Okay? So, what did Admiral Gaiman conclude? He said, had NASA management allowed its engineering team to take a digital photograph outside Columbia's left wing, they would have seen the 10-inch gaping hole caused by the piece of heat shield that broke loose on takeoff. Exactly, not kind of, exactly what the engineers said was going to happen, happened. Now think about this. You could have prevented the whole thing. You could have prevented Challenger. And now you got a second bite at the apple. Contrary to what common sense tells us, all you had to do was take your camera, get a picture of it, send it back to the NASA engineers. The NASA engineers would have said, okay, what is the percent of certainty that it will explode coming back in the Earth's atmosphere? 100%. It is inevitable. And you can't repair a space shuttle in space. We have one option. Launch another space shuttle, go up and get them, and scuttle the other one. That was too much money. That was too much money. Okay, are the people who run NASA smart? There's two kinds of smart, isn't there? There's two kinds of smart. Don't ever, well, this guy's a genius. Well, yeah, there are people who are geniuses who do incredibly stupid things. Why? Because they're emotional children. Just because you have a high IQ doesn't mean that your values are in check. And you know what happens? Why do really, 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 really smart people do incredibly stupid things? You got too big for your britches. How many people can think of really, really, really smart people who do incredibly stupid things because they just got too big for their britches? Like Andrew Cuomo, governor of New York. Remember him during COVID? He was the poster child of leadership. And he was going to be the presidential nominee for the Democrats. How many people think, I'm governor of New York, I come from a prestigious family? Well, that gives me the right to grope all the young intern females that I want. You know why? Because I'm governor. Who thinks that's a good idea? Who could have advised the governor, maybe you should not be doing that? Right? There you go. I think this brings it home a little bit. It's not just a space shuttle. These were people. How would you feel in your organization if somebody didn't speak up or was chastised because of a safety reason and someone lost a finger, someone lost a hand, or that someone's going to pick on someone because they're different, because they disagreed with them, And now you're going to spend out $10,000, $15,000, $20,000 in attorney's fees and lost administrative time to deal with the legal issue. Okay, so the second time around, and I don't know if anybody remembers Sean O'Keefe. If you just Google Sean O'Keefe, there's this great picture. He was running NASA. And he goes, I'll never forget it, because he was on TV and he's going, okay, we get it. Okay, what do you mean? Okay, we're stupid. All right, we don't run this place well. They went to a woman by the name of Sharon Wong. You know what she put in place? Conflict resolution, emotional intelligence, and tolerance. What is tolerance? Tolerance today is a legal term. How many people have ever heard someone say, well, you have to be accepting of people who are different? You ever hear that? Okay, don't do that because that's illegal. That's part of this big brouhaha that you get with this type of training. If I have someone who is a Christian fundamentalist and they happen to work next to someone who is Wiccan or is a Satanist, and you go up and tell that Christian fundamentalist that you have to be accepting of this other person, do you see a legal problem with that? You're telling somebody what to believe. You will get sued for religious discrimination and you will lose. Our United States Supreme Court, our Sixth Circuit, the Equal Employment Opportunity Commission has laid down the law and they've said you have to be tolerant. And it doesn't mean I'm going to tolerate somebody, I'm going to put up with them. It means I'm not going to pick on you because you're different. That's it. I'm not going to pick on you. I'm not going to bully you because you disagree with me. Now think about it. I disagree with you on what we should do with the space shuttle. Okay. You're entitled to your belief. You are not entitled to your behavior. You're not entitled to bully somebody, chastise somebody. You're not allowed to pick on somebody because they disagreed with you. All right? Now, how would you know today, 2025, how would you know if someone's picking on somebody else, if somebody is bullying somebody else because they spoke up about a safety issue, or they spoke up about being trans, or they spoke up about someone being an atheist? How would somebody prove that these days? Anybody have any idea? Their phone. How many people live and work in Ohio? There we go. We're back to Ohio. Welcome to Ohio. And if you don't like it, move to Michigan. God help you there. Things aren't going so good up there these days, okay? I will tell you point blank, Ohio is a one-party state. Only one party needs to know that I'm secretly recording you. So guess what? I get 5 or 6 of these a month. Some employee is mad at you, so what do? They hit the record button, they put it in their back pocket, and they record everything that supervisor said. And guess when you usually get it? You get it in deposition. Perfectly legal. Perfectly legal. Oh, by the way, 33 to 50% of all employees secretly record their employers and their supervisors every day. So when you tell me you got a safe environment, and there could be a problem when someone is gay, when someone is trans, when someone is Muslim, when someone is whatever, you're going to find out the hard way real soon that we want to have a safe environment. And it's your culture. Let me ask you, if I lit up a cigar right here, this is a non-smoking building, right? Okay, non-smoking? Yeah, I just want to make sure because I'm not from around here, but I think everything in Ohio, we're like 5 years away from just shooting smokers on sight. I think that's where we're going, okay? So I'm going to light up a good cigar in here. What would happen to me? What would happen?
Somebody would talk to you and be like,
you can't do that. That's right. Probably be a fine. Right, probably fine. If I lit up cops are right down the hall there, okay? They're going to smell it, all right? Now, what if I did this at your work? How many people, it's no smoking in your workplace? Yeah. Okay, what if I lit up a cigar and sat there and smoked it anyway? What would happen to me? You told me to stop doing it, and I just blew smoke at you. You would fire me. because that's your culture. And you take that culture seriously, don't you? We deal with the smokers, but we let the bullies walk around like Pepe Le Pew and spread their stink everywhere they go. And we don't do anything about it. And you wonder why you have problems. Very predictable. It's an employment lawyer's dream. But I'll tell you, I'm an HR guy who knows the law really, really well, and I'm telling you right now, every single lawsuit and every single civil rights case can be prevented. Let me just tell you, in 30 years of practicing law, I've never had a client sued. Never. I get clients where they did get sued, and they learn, okay, we can prevent this stuff. If you've got a toxic, unsafe environment, you're going to have workplace violence. You're going to have legal issues. You will get a union. And you will have other issues. Those are all symptoms. Everybody's with me? That's right. You deal with bullies because they're going to get you in trouble. Bottom line, if you cannot address and resolve conflict, you cannot be in management. Period. That's why you're there. Think about it. If everybody came to work every day on time, oh, isn't that amazing? People show up on time right there. You can get that, right? They show up on time. They took their assignments. There was never any drama. I wouldn't need you. Wouldn't need you. One person could turn on the lights at the beginning of the day. Someone else could turn them off at the end. I wouldn't need you. But that's not how it is it? No. Number one, you got to have a lot of skills as a supervisor. Number one is to address and resolve conflict. And if you can't do that, you need to go back to the technician you were when you started your career. Because the stakes are too high these days. And when we're talking about today with employment law, this is the busiest area of the law. Nothing else is even close.